there. Hi. This is a video that I didn't want to make, but I gotta. You know how other Genshin creators talk about their burnout, or they just say, hey, I'm playing a different game. It's because of burnout. That's kind of what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna kind of go through more in-depth reasons. Great, I'm just making this sound like a theory video. It's not that though, sadly. But I will talk about my plans for theory videos in the future, and sort of what my burnout is. I hope you guys don't mind a freeform style video where I just talk about my feelings, but at least I'll have notes to keep me in order, so. Anyway, I'm gonna start with first talking about my burnout and where it started, because that'll lead into everything else. And my burnout started with that near 30-minute video about Kokomi and her builds. I didn't think anybody was gonna be as crazy as me, but nobody cared about Kokomi, and that showed because I compared that video with my theory videos, and I thought, wow, nobody's looking at this. Barely few people are getting this video in their recommended feeds. Nobody cares. And I know I shouldn't compare with a video that I advertised, but seriously, I could plop that Kokomi video into Kokomi mains, and they would go crazy. They would go absolutely bonkers over that video. They would love it, even if Kokomi's gone. I just don't want to advertise my content every time I have a video idea. That's just frustrating to me. And so that hindered me from making content, being motivated, and writing, producing, editing, recording, all of it. I just didn't want to do any of it. And so that bled into my motivation for my upcoming videos. And I will show you kind of where my plans are with those videos as of November 3rd, 2021. I'm saying the year for a reason, and it's making me shudder. And so my first video that I was going to make immediately was the promised Hakushin Ring video. I have constantly learned, but now I have learned even more so thanks to content creation, that I should never promise anything at all. That gives me so much pressure, and it leads to even more burnout. It leads me to force myself to make things, and that is not a good mindset. That was sort of the back and forth turmoil that I've been dealing with for probably about a month now, maybe more. And it's not been healthy, especially with my real life being hectic. It's just not it. And so I am so sorry for delaying and promising this video. I will never promise things ever again. I will have plans, but will I do them? I'm not sure, because this burnout hit me like a sack of bricks. And so what I was planning on doing to this Hakushin Ring video was just to simply talk about this weapon, since there's a pattern to these weapons of Inazuma weapons, right? And we don't have the character for it. Kokomi can work with it, but she's not the character that fits. If you read the lore of the weapon, it's technically a Kitsune's weapon because blah, blah, blah. I may have to get into lore for this, and that's where I'm kind of like falling short. And also, I also don't want to do a video on Yae and Scaramouche, either separately or together. And when I was writing the script, it ended up being a video about both of them together. And I don't know if I want to do that. Then I started changing it to be the perfect Electro character that would work for it. But then we already have existing Electro characters like Yae, and Scaramouche is definitely Electro because of his story elements. We just don't know his weapon. And there just seems to be too many unknowns right now. I already made videos on characters that I had some idea of what they were going to be like. Toma was not going to be a DPS, he was going to be a support. Goro is going to be a new form of Geo damage. And so he's going to be support. I knew those things already, but for Yae and Scaramouche, I know nothing. So I would either have to put all of my passion into this one video on this one character, be hyper fixated on them, and then put the video out there. I would have to be so hyper fixated on them to finish a video that it would be very crazy. And I don't want to do that. It's like forcing myself to do something. And so that's where my Hakushin Ring video kind of went all over the place. I don't know what to do with it right now. It may just be a simple like 5 to 10 minute video about what could happen for this weapon, and that might be it. I am so sorry. Because I'd rather come out with content that I can produce that is easy on me, that you guys might enjoy, rather than content that is never delivered and is forced or not good. Okay? That's where I'm kind of drawing the line here. But this next video that I had planned is something that I actually really want to do, because this is like the root of my game design brain and my content here. Because my content, again, is all about game design theories and what could a game do to evolve. I loved that. That got me into game design. And so this next video is the Dendro Element video and what I think the Dendro Element will be like. I know there's several videos like that out there, but there's not going to be one as in-depth as mine. And I don't mean to pull anything out of lore except for maybe one little thing of lore. And so everything else is just going to be speculation on gameplay. And it's going to be so fun. And I really hope that video turns out good, but I don't want to have to advertise it. You guys, like, this is like looping back into my other fear of like, do I have to advertise every video to get good views or whatever? I honestly do not care about my growth. I just want people to see these videos. I just want people to see these videos so I can interact with people, enjoying the content with me, seeing my brain children grow, and have a purpose for doing content, right? That's all I want. And those were my thoughts going into those 2 big video ideas. And then I thought about them as like big ideas. And then I thought about them as promises. And then I thought about them as things that I should be doing. Why am I not doing them? Then that spiraled me further. And I also had the really bad decision of making guides and building videos as something that was an obligation that I would do. I literally am recording this at, sorry, Alan, 1 in the morning. And I've just been thinking. My brain's been going on overdrive. Toma came out, and I'm just like, I have these things prepared for Toma, but I don't want to test any of them. I don't want to do anything. And so I just did not feel like doing it, because there were plenty of other people within the first like few hours of the day that got Toma on Asia servers that are already testing him, already putting out videos, and I adore those people as content creators very much. Why is it my job to do that? It's not. It's not my job. I don't feel like doing it. Period. This should be something that I want to do forever, and I don't. I had to really think about that today. I did. I kind of blanked a little bit during that stream too, of like, what do I do? How do I test? I don't know. And then it just became something I wanted to enjoy. Now here's what I'm going to change in the future. I'm going to put out things that I enjoy doing, like more Husbando Spiralibus content. Hehe. That's going to be coming very soon with Ito and Goro. I guarantee you that'll be the resurgence of my videos. I'm very excited for it. And that's what my big plans are for that. So yeah, guides and videos and stuff are not gonna happen, but I'll leave the ones that I put out up because they're still good. But I'm not gonna do them anymore. I'm only gonna really do them for characters that I really care about, and that's it, you know? So unfortunately, that's the end of the guide consistency for me. It got ruined by Kokomi. I'm so sorry. And I felt like I didn't want to do it again because it just took too much energy, too much time, too much thought. And I have other things going on in my life that I just don't care about that level of consistency and commitment. And so, yeah, I'll finally finish off this video. Hopefully it won't take too long, with my frustration spiral that I've had towards Genshin Impact. And I will make this as short as possible. I started comparing Genshin Impact and MiHoYo to other gaming companies, good and bad. The more that I found out about the bad, the more red flags and matches that I felt towards Genshin Impact. And then the more good that I found, the more I realized this is unfair. And no, I am not talking about other gacha games because I will not touch another gacha game other than Genshin Impact. So that is a big thing to keep in mind, okay? Now, there are 4 points, and I will go through them quickly, of my spiral into madness. The lack of content and evolution over the year of playing Genshin. This game should have been a lot more like cohesive and better, but I will give you a generous 15 to 20% of the things we asked for at launch or throughout the months were answered. And so that's frustrating. The only content we have is Spiral Abyss, and that got more frustrating, and I'll talk about that later. Nothing. No content for co-op. Nothing that's grindable without resin. No resin cap other than the first one they gave us. The first resin cap upgrade, I mean. It's just not there. We're not there in terms of evolution. And it's been a year. It's ridiculous. Number 2 is the anniversary as a whole. The anniversary rewards are not what I'm going to talk about in a certain way. This is really hard to explain. The anniversary as a whole was refreshing the top up and giving us the same rewards copy and paste from the Lunar New Year event. 10 Intertwined Fates and a sum of Mora, a sum of EXP, and a sum of Crystal Ores. That's it. We did not get any sort of like anniversary event, no monumental change other than those top-ups. Of course, remember money. And that's it. The Moon Chase Festival was an amazing event, but that was a standalone event and I do not attach it to the anniversary. Neither should you, and neither should MiHoYo, even though in their mind they absolutely did without telling us. Because it would save resources. Remember all those chests that we had to find? Those were our rewards. Those were our Prima Gems. Those were our thank you for playing our game. And we were upset. Rightfully so. Lots of people review bombed, let their opinions be heard, whatever. And then they came up with the most tone deaf and very computer generated reward. And that was 400 Prima Gems over 4 days, so 1,600 Prima Gems, 1,600, 2 novelty items, and 4 fragile resin. That was it. And there was no mention of anniversary, no apology, nothing. That rubbed me the wrong way. That is not how a company should be treating their players. Not at all. And this is not like talking about gacha games and comparing them. I don't play other gacha games. Genshin's my one and only that I like submit my time to and money. Do you see how that rubs you the wrong way too? It's just, this leads into my third and final strike, which ultimately led to my frustration, which is a technical 4th strike, but 3 strikes and you're out and I'm frustrated. And the third is lack of communication and tone deafness. Do you guys remember, and I'm sorry for triggering you, of that Twitter post where they where they advertised an Elon Musk Twitter and advertised and put on full blast Elon Musk and what they would do with him? So disgusting. And they got so much hate for that, Genshin. And I just, why would you do that after an anniversary event that was received terribly? What is going on behind the scenes? I just want to know. What kind of communication are we getting? Like, this is just a mess. And it's just, that's one example of many where we haven't gotten communication for months. We only got communication for the Lantern Rite event, and that was it. We really only got like a small loss of communication during that Lantern event when Hu Tao was being released because of the weird timing with her release and stuff. And then that's it. We literally, from like March, did not get any sort of freaking communication at all. We got the live stream from Inazuma, that was a humongous one, but something was just too curated and off for it to be communication. For me, personally. And so ever since, we've never gotten a Tevat news letter, whatever. We never got any substantial dev notes. We've gotten some dev question things, but like, I swear to you, again, 15% of the issues are in those notes. And they make up 15%, so it's an even smaller number. It's a mess. That is just such a mess for me. And I'm going to wrap up this video very quick by talking about the frustration. That boiled up into frustration. Spiral Abyss sucks ass. I might do a whole other video on Spiral Abyss, but like, just the fact that Spiral Abyss is getting harder and harder and harder for no freaking apparent reason, and it's the only gosh dang content that is somewhat repeatable in the game that costs no resin, is ridiculous. It's stupid. It needs to be replaced. The freaking Shiki Taisho labyrinth stuff, amazing content. Make that the Spiral Abyss, replace it outright. I don't care. The end. Just that culminated into a big frustration. And wouldn't you be too? I'm sure some of you were feeling that way. Leave in the comments your thoughts on that too. You're like, what are you frustrated about? Of course, speak civilly, because we want to do, you know, constructive criticism. It's just ridiculous to me, and I would like to hear your thoughts. Hi guys, so this is the end of the video. I just want to share a recollection of my actual plans. To date this as a timeline, this is November 21st. Time flies when you have mental illness. But through all this, I came up with a plan. And unfortunately, you can probably tell from like my demeanor right now that I'm not doing good. This really sucked to decide and put through into action. Here are my plans. I'm going to discontinue the theory videos, putting them on a hiatus. I don't want to say I will discontinue them indefinitely, but the spark and joy and magic of Genshin Impact is gone. I can't feel that anymore, and it sucks. So I'm so sorry. It just feels like a pressure, it feels like an obligation, and an empty promise. And so I'm so sorry for giving you that empty promise, but it was those two videos are very ambitious videos, full of ambition, production quality, and effort. And I don't have the energy for it anymore, and the motivation from it anymore. So I'm so sorry. I just can't do it. So what's coming though for Genshin Impact is more low-key content. At least 3 different videos. 2 videos are going to be about Ito and Goro, as well as possibly some stream highlights from a Spiral Abyss with husbando male characters. Somewhat cringe content. You guys like cringe content? Isn't that fun? Yeah, so anyway, those are my plans. And so I hope that you guys don't mind this change. I'm also going to dip my toes into the Final Fantasy XIV community and space with content creation. I've been inspired by a lot of Final Fantasy XIV creators. A lot recently. And I mean, even throughout the years, I've always wanted to do Final Fantasy XIV content. And I think I will be able to. It'll be fun. And so I hope you guys don't mind that change. And even still, I might do some variety content, other videos, you know, just random things that I like to do, because I'm the most important person here. Without me, there wouldn't be content, and I gotta be selfish for this, okay? I can't just think about everybody and be pressured by nameless people that are making pressures in my own head, you know? Because I know you guys aren't like that. And if some of you are like that, you probably have left already, and that's okay. You can do that somewhere else. But yeah, so to recap my plans, no theory videos for a while. Small low-key content is coming, but I will take a hiatus from Genshin as well during the new year. And then I'll be venturing into more full-time into other games. I will be starting the trickle into other games, kind of in between my Genshin content. It's gonna be jarring, but it's gonna be okay, alright? I'm trying to break out of just Genshin now, because I know that I don't want to be stuck in this space. This place is already toxic enough, and I don't want to deal with it. So, anyway, that's gonna be my plans. So, hopefully 4 minutes wasn't too much of taking up your time there. But yeah, there's the music. So, I love you guys so very much, and thank you for being here, sticking by me. Okay? And I swear it'll be worth your while, but if you want to hang out with me more, I'm always on my Twitch, and you can join my Discord. Anyway, take care, and see you later.